We live? Should be live. What's up, Mish? Nice. How's video quality? Mine is just running ads. Oh boy. There it is. All right. Looks like there's a slight delay. Volume kind of low. Gotta adjust the mic a little. All right, that should be good. That should be good. Let me see. There's the chat. Check, check. Is it better? Does the sound better? Sound all good? Sounds good. All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. So, wanted to see coming into the open here, 5 minutes till, 4 minutes till the open. Want to see how price trades versus that 19,520 area in NQ. That's going to be the primary focus right off the open. I don't love current price location, given that we do have the proximity to that prior structure. That is a concern. And then currently the shape of the daily bar is also a concern. So let me switch to this chart right here. So here's that shape of the daily bar. And then we also have that proximity to that prior near-term structure. So if we're using this prior day high as a previous area of support, obviously price now rolling over versus that previous area of support on the 15-minute chart here. It's a little clearer on the hourly. So that's definitely a concern right now. Now, the flip side of that is that buyers managed to force the breakout from that 19,400 area, which was yesterday. So kind of two things that I'm keeping an eye on here this morning. Definitely will be in no rush early on. Initially looking at this 520 in NQ, 19,520. Want to see that reaction there. That'll be kind of the primary watch off the open. So let's see how this shakes out. See if we get any type of setup. Stream looks good. Just checking the back end right now. Like to do some regular streams. It's kind of this kind of a sample run. Want to see if this is something that is feasible, honestly, because the past few days I've been recording some videos like live trade analysis, live trade executions, and there is definitely some degree of distraction there. And so I'm just trying to see if there's a clean way to kind of live stream some trading, live stream some commentary, live stream some analysis, see if it helps anyone out and is not too distracting for my own trading. So That's kind of the goal here. This is just like a little bit of a beta test for myself. So I'll probably be live again tomorrow morning. But this one will be short, expecting maybe half hour, 45 minutes here. Let's see the open. Here comes the open, about 30 seconds. Again, wanting to see NQ versus this 19,521 area. Now, one concern currently is check the shape of the 15-minute coming into the open here. Not exactly conducive for buys. Talking yourself through a trade is tough. Yeah, absolutely. It does help to a degree. I've found I feel it strengthens the logic of what it is you're trying to do, Dom. But there is definitely a distracting component there. So we are open. I want to see, just looking at 520 here. Do have data in 15 minutes. There's kind of the overview of the 15-minute. Top left, again, what I was saying there is that I like to look at the 15-minute bar into the open, get a sense of the directional move into those first 30 minutes, right? And this is not all that convincing of buying activity. What this shows me right now is that that prior area of support at 650 is being rejected. So here's your overnight low. If this area fails, we may be trading back down into prior day volume point of control, which is not that far off. Here's your 5-minute regular trading hours chart. See if price can come and test this area. That would be notable. Of course, 520 has to fail. So far, some buying activity. There you go. Up into the highs. Definitely looks better. See how this first 2-minute bar closes. Looking at ES. ES has held 55.75. That definitely looks much better. It's coming for prior day high right now. So that main level of interest there on ES holding, looking good. ES has been a market leader compared to NQ. Challenge right now is purely based on location. So I'm not in any rush. I want to see how this, certainly not going to trade the open. I want to see how this structure intraday builds out. We do have data at 9:45. So NQ, big fight versus that 520 still. Let's see, 5-minute. There's your 5-minute bar. Looks better. See how this closes. Opening drive trade definitely did work for at least a scalp. That was not the play for me. So still cash. There's that execution chart. No executions on my end. Check the 15. See that 15 on NQ? It's looking better. That's the kind of action we like to see. So May see some type of higher low develop. That would definitely be notable. Staying patient for now. ES into that prior day high. So this looks really good. Take a look at the shape of that daily bar. That's a better type of opening 15-minute bar, definitely. That's what we like to see. So good looking long setup there. If you grabbed it, take some into prior day high, definitely. Still cash personally. There's your ES chart, 2 minute. The 1 minute, so prior day high rejecting. That's why we lock some profits into prior day high. Again, not positioned, but if you did grab a piece of that. Let's see, NQ, yeah, NQ. Potential higher low here. See how this 1 minute shapes up. Nope. Looks like most likely not. Back into 520. See how ES treats this VWAP. And data in 9 minutes. Looks like NQ making fresh session lows. Yeah, there it goes. So notable divergence between ES and NQ this morning. It's always worth looking at and mentioning. Let's see. ES holds VWAP initially back into, or back near that session high anyway. What it really needs is a push up and through that prior day high at 88.5, 88.5. See if it can break. Definitely looks better than NQ, in my opinion. So there's ES retesting prior day high, making a fresh session high. Where's that? Oh, that pre-market high is way up into 93. See if it can break that prior day high. That would definitely be notable here. There's NQ bouncing into session highs. VWAP way up here. Notice the differences between VWAP location and then that ES location on, or excuse me, the differences between VWAP on ES and NQ. Pretty significant. ES just kind of trapped here. between that prior day high and VWAP. Let's see data in about 5. See what we can do with this, if anything. NQ, so argument could be made for that intraday spring entry, definitely. Five minutes shaping up nice. You talking about NQ, I take it, Dom? Yeah, that was a nice spring setup. Pretty nice. I was looking at ES at the time. Challenge with it. Oh, nice. Yeah, check the 30-second. There's your entry right there. That's clean. 35 points. Pretty good. Pretty good. I like it. Well done. Well done. Let's see that data here in 4 minutes. I think there's a little bit of stream delay. Not sure how much. ES needs a break of that prior day high. And then NQ, if you're long the 520 level of interest, keep riding into VWAP if you can. It's about 19,600 or so. Looks better. See, once you actually let that intraday structure kind of build out, you get more clarity. You get way more clarity. So ES, new high of day, pushing 55.90. Pre-market highs into 93. Did grab about 5 points so far on that ES. Not an amazing entry, but riding that one. We want to see if this can continue to push into that pre-market high here. I've got trail in profit on ES. So I'm looking for 93.75. See if I can grab that data in 3 minutes. 10 to 15 second delay. All right, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. I feel like can still push some value with that kind of delay, hopefully. Trail daily goal hit. There we go. Nicely done. Dom's trading that NQ. Nice play. What'd you get? 80 points there? 70 points? That's a good trade. Still watching ES here. Looking for that push. Okay. There's that push into that pre-market high. So we trim a bit more. There's my executions on the ES so far. So again, a later entry, right? Normally I'm going to be entering at 84, but like I said at the start of this, still learning with the live stream. Live stream is a bit distracting, to be honest with you. So take a little more off there. We are more than plus 10 on ES. So that is daily goal being hit here on ES. And let's see how this continues to shake out into data. $65 points. Nice work, sir. Beautiful. I mean, that's just a great trade. NQ pushing for that 19,650. Nice move. Pretty nice move. ES, I'm looking at 5,600 or so to trim a bit more. It's coming into that major resistance zone here. So I'd like to get out and really tighten those trails. So ES, you can see my resistance zone there on the chart. I've got most of the trade off here, about plus 15 on it. Dom, wanted prior day high, trailed early. I'll take it. 15-second entry near the lows. Solid. Solid. I mean, 65 points, tough to complain about in one trade. We definitely take those. Let's take a look. So yeah, that's a spring setup. That's an intraday spring setup. Undercut of the true low of day. Reclaim with the level of interest. I mean, that's like A+ quality per my criteria. The only negative I would see there is maybe with the 15-minute, which was my concern. But you're with the prevailing trend. You're going with the near-term range breakout. Oh, I still have you on the execution chart. Here we go. There it is. So near-term range breakout. Daily bar flips. And then here's that actual intraday setup. Undercut of the true session low. Now into prior day high. Tagged overnight low to the penny. Nice. Oh, nice. Yeah, there we go. Almost be even better if it actually swept that. But either way, that's what we like to see. Well done. Dang, now I'm feeling like my 15 points in ES. It's like, damn. All right, data should be behind us now. I didn't even notice tape acceleration or anything, so that must have been a nothing burger. We do have another print at 10 a.m. My ES runners are still on. They'll get trailed at 94. I'm trying to hold on to this, but it is a notable area of resistance. So see how this shakes out. NQ into that prior day high into 19,650. 15 in ES is equivalent. Yeah, it doesn't feel like it. Nice 65er in NQ. What was your trailing criteria there? Where you look, I'm guessing some type of microstructure like this VWAP rejection. Most likely. If I had to guess. NQ new highs. Can I get a new high in ES? I'm going to raise the trail up to 9475. There's the execution. Still have some partials. Let's take a look at. Yeah, trailed on that 15-seconder. Nice. Nice. So ES, let's see if we can. Ideally, what I like to see is action above that 600. It's kind of faltering here near that 600. So I'm keeping it tight. I'm looking for a push up and through 600 to maybe make a quick run for 5609, which is last week's volume point of control. Maybe loosely aligns with 10 a.m. then, and then you start to see some pullback. Let's see. About 12 minutes till 10 a.m. But as far as a structural component, the stop goes right here, and it's about to get tagged. Here it comes. Let's see if that gets hit. One tick away there on that move. Dom didn't want to give too much back at VWAP if we pivoted hard. Yeah, understandable. Understandable. What I would suggest, if you can, is trying to get into the habit of, in the case of the 15-second, just letting that red bar close and then seeing if you get that small kind of that small kind of bounce, and then quickly raise it right through here. It takes some time getting used to that approach, but it can really help you capture more of this upside, which, I mean, you had an amazing entry, so of course you want to try and ride that one. Always room for improvement on trade management. So NQ pressing the highs. Try to hold. ES still finding a ceiling here at 5,600. All right, my play was just trailed. So I'm all out of ES there. Caught about 15 points. Pretty nice. We'll take it, right? We'll take it. See what that next play is. So we've had one decent setup in ES. And, well, kind of two decent setups. We have, if you're aggressive, the opening drive play versus 55.75, and keep in mind that aligns with a very nice 15-minute hammer right at the open. So really solid there. And then the pullback to VWAP, which was my play. Phenomenal. Not technically A+, because no level of interest, but still I'm going to give that an A quality. A quality play. And then on NQ, the best setup here is the spring. Opening drive obviously worked for a scalp, but the spring is just the superior setup. We've got 9 minutes till 10 a.m. So self-funded account, first withdrawal achievement unlocked. Well done, man. Congrats. So now what we're looking at is how price trades versus VWAP and NQ after rejecting the prior day high. And then in ES, we're talking about the 5,600 as resistance. Now, I'm really cautious grabbing any higher low longs at this point because we still have 10 a.m. reversal time with data. And keep in mind, the primary point here I was trying to drive home this morning in the pre-market prep live stream is the fact that here's your current structure. Price is testing that key resistance zone, right? And I'd mentioned this morning, at least on ES, I don't want to be taking longs up through here unless I was positioned from much lower. So ES, probably want to let that one continue to build, kind of put on the back burner. NQ, more favorable, weaker, but more favorable as far as the location is concerned. So currently holding VWAP. Probably scalpable. I was yapping away, so I missed it. But yeah, that's a scalpable opportunity right there. You take it on this 30-second hammer. Probably want to trim some right now. Your stop is below the hammer, right? That's a modification of the 2-hour trader framework. If you're familiar with that, this is that trade. You also have the benefit of a psychological level right there, 19,600. So the tricky thing on this trade is you have to manage it appropriately. No loose leash, right? Trim some off, take more into that prior day high and level of interest confluence, and then tight trail. Don't let that one breathe. do have data in 5 minutes. So let's see. See data, see where we're at. See if we could find another setup here before. I'll give the stream probably another 20. Like I said, this was kind of just a beta test for the future. So far, it's been pretty good. What do you guys think? There's only a couple people in here, but it looks like on my end it shows 5 people in here. This is something I'd like to start doing regularly, because I do, when you compare just speaking versus typing out updates in the think tank, this is definitely easier for live analysis and commentary, but certainly more challenging to actually be trading. So we'll see. I don't know if it'll be a daily thing. Yeah, minimize distractions. Just trade like you normally do. Focus on price instead of chat. Yeah. All right. Good stuff. There's NQ into the highs, man. Yeah, that was a pretty nice setup. Come back to chat once your trading is done, but talk through your ideas as you do. Solid. I like the idea. So there's NQ, new highs. Wow. So nice. Mic volume might need to be increased as well. Yeah, I'm probably just going to upgrade the mic. This one's not that great. All right, that's good feedback. So there's NQ to pull back to VWAP. Again, modified 2-hour trader framework. Just a beautiful setup. Perfect signal bar. Let me see ES. Prior day high. Similar type of setup. It is, mentally speaking, it is harder to grab, at least for me, it is harder to grab this pullback on ES, just because I know that higher time frame resistance is rejecting. Trickier trade, definitely. I would have rather gone with the NQ. We got data in 2 minutes. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to grab one of those. I think the brand is called Shure mic. So NQ pulling back a bit here into the prior day high. Not much from a structural standpoint. Not a lot to update here. We're looking at 650 level of interest, prior day high. We're looking at VWAP. We want to see if 10 a.m. reversal time with data is going to give any type of big washout, which is in about a minute here. And then for ES is still caught here between prior day high and then that big time frame resistance. So NQ more favorable. That's what I'm looking at. Tape is really dancing right now. Wow. When you see the bid and the ask start to jump like multiple ticks away from each other, there's no liquidity. See what we get. I'll flip to the 30-second here. There it goes. All right, pulling back there. Into VWAP. Into VWAP again. Now this is where post 10 a.m. pulling back. This is where you want a little bit of caution. Kind of see how this shakes out here. Let me check ES. So ES back in a prior day high, back in a VWAP area. NQ, there's your VWAP retest. Look how wide these 30-second bars are, 40 points. That's wide risk. That is wide risk. Let's get an update on the structure. So there's your opening hourly bar. Let me see the 30-minute. 30-minute looks good. Right, but it didn't clear that overnight high. So one of the things I talked about this morning, remember, is this our home for today? And if it is, well, this is resistance, right? So, food for thought. It's hourly. It's the 15-minute. Yeah, 15-minute. A little bit of indecision with that doji shape. There's VWAP, NQ. Pushing. Double check ES. So ES right here. Prior day highs right there. That looks all right. NQ decent here. NQ, that proximity to the prior day high right there. Tough. It's a tough one. ES a little better, right? It's giving that push there. So let's see. That's how we do it right here. Grab a piece, put that trail in profit, just because it's a little precarious up here. So you just want that quick piece and then reduce and see if you can ride it. That's my management style anyway. When location is tough, it's not a wait and see type of trade. Sometimes you'll see me with the wait and see type of play, let it breathe. This is not that trade. Here comes the trail on the ES. Grabbed my trail. So there it is. So we add a few points that way, right? Enter around 89, final exit around 96. We add a quick 7 points on the day for plus 22 ES. Ends up being a pretty nice day there. Those points add up quickly. So kind of how we do it, right? You want You want to grab your piece where you can, have conviction in the play, and then if it's not hitting target, if you're not getting that push into the highs, because remember, this setup, target is the highs. Obviously, it's not getting into the highs. You have major resistance right here. You have a lower high. You have a lower high. Why would you want to hold the position till down here to wait and see again? That makes absolutely no sense. So that's how I go about it personally. That won't be right for everyone, but that is what has worked for me for almost a decade now. I brought that over from my options trading. Let's take a look at NQ. So NQ, same type of thing, right? Look at that. You grab it at VWAP. It does not make a fresh session high. Now you have to be careful because it did not make a fresh session high. If you're buying VWAP again, to me, that's surprising. Obviously, someone's buying here because we can see it giving a little bit of a bounce, but that's not my trade whatsoever. So a couple of decent setups this morning. Honorable mention to in NQ, the spring, A+, well done, Dom. The pullback to VWAP there, that's an A quality play. Pre 10 a.m., post 10 a.m., it gets downgraded to like a B quality. Treat them differently based on time of day. And then ES, we have the initial pullback to VWAP. It's the trade I was in. And then the retest of the prior day high is also pretty good. Price, obviously rejecting those higher time frames, right? Higher time frame resistance being rejected. ES about to make a fresh session low. So there's kind of that concern that I had talked about with you get the push into that resistance zone into 10 a.m. This was discussed during the pre-market prep live stream, and then it rejects. That's exactly what we see here. So that's the stream. I think I'm going to shut it off. I got a ton of DMs in the think tank. I need to respond to everyone. So hope you guys got some value. I'll be live again tomorrow, same time. Thanks for watching. Thanks for posting in the chat, and I'll see you tomorrow.